Good morning. Welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. Now let's see what we've got in store for you this morning. Topic number one is that we have the hand of God. She has been seen on camera, and it is a her. Topic number two is a serious topic actually, which is called weight. And topic number three is actually more of a question, is that if a model is in a tree, has it really landed yet? And that's a retrospective look at the foam landings which we've had over the weekend, which you've had over the weekend. So a very good morning to you. And Philip, thank you for letting me know the sound is good. And I'm just here looking at the other screen and you can see the live chat which is going on above my head. So good morning to everybody. And of course, if you are in a different time zone, good afternoon and also good evening as well. So let's get into topic number one, which was the hand of God. So there is the hand of God. This was the live unboxing episode yesterday. Again, just mucking around with the iPad. I love this live stuff. It is just ad hoc and things just happen. And it just so happened that the far better half was in the office at the time, and I asked her if she wanted to still be in there, and she said yeah. And then anyway, we managed to get her involved in it, and that box finally turned up. The box which we had no idea what was going to be in it. I just had this tracking number which didn't match any other tracking number which I knew about, and it turned out to be the Cloud Raptor. So with that said, let me just introduce you to the Cloud Raptor, which just so happens got stuck together yesterday. Now, there are some curiosities with this model, and I think we should start at the beginning, which was, let me just go and stick it up on the screen. I'd seen it on Banggood a short while ago. It literally just came in, and my head's in the way, so that's what the picture looked like. It looks pretty cool, and it looks almost exactly the same as what it has been and turned up here. Now, we did the unboxing yesterday with the Hand of God, which was really good fun actually, and there were some suggestions. I think as Chris mentioned, we should do the Ogborns channel or maybe the Oggy Tards channel. It's ad hoc what we're doing, it's the live stuff, so I can't second guess what we're going to be doing here in the new future. Yeah, we did the live unboxing. If you've not seen that yet, it was just a bit of fun. We just stuck the iPad on top of the tripod and just went for it. And I genuinely did not have any clue what was going to be in that box at all. But it turned out to be the Cloud Raptor. Now, since then, I've got a couple of comments for you about this model. So, number one is that I've never seen that wrap before, so you would have seen it in there. If you haven't seen it, I've put a link to that episode in the video description for you. I've not ever seen the wrapping of the foam before. I thought that was genuinely a really good idea. It does allow for some fantastic finishes on a model. So if you look, let's see how I get it the right way around. If you look at the colouring on there, that's pretty unique. I've not seen that done with an RC model before. It was definitely inkjet printed. You could see the splatter patterns on the material. Now, the one thing which I have noticed since is that they have used a much lower density EPP foam compared to normal. So, for example, the little flying blade, which we'll get to in a moment, is that this is quite dense EPP foam. It's not as dense as, say, as the Wombat from Team Legit, but it's still pretty dense EPP foam. Whereas what I've noticed, and again, I did a little bit of research into this recently about the foams, this one is quite soft. The foam is quite soft, so it's a lower density foam which they've been in use, which obviously makes it cheaper. So I think that's how they've been and offset the cost of the wrap on the top. Now, what have I written in here in my notes is that, yeah, I've not seen the wrapping before, and they've definitely used a low density EPP foam. It's still got some rigidity to it, that's for sure, but there is definitely some flex in there. Also, we have laminated it, and I don't know how well this is going to show on the camera. I don't know if you can see the patchiness in there. It was an absolute cock to to laminate yesterday, because the second we put some heat in there is that it started to bubble up, and I've not had that with that laminating film, so it's definitely because of the underlying material. But that said, is that if I go back here, you don't notice it, you know, so is it the end of the world? Not really. It's just not as nice as what it was without the laminating film on there. But as many of you know, we do fly in a big field full of poo, and it's generally quite wet here in the United Kingdom. So we do. Models do need to be laminated here wherever possible. So what else I put on there? Yeah, the main section is a really weird piece of material. It is very odd foam. If you've seen the live version, is that it's a very stiff, very peculiar foam. It's a very high density. It's very, very dense, put it that way. And it will hold, if you stick your nail in it, it will leave the dent behind. So I will go on today and laminate the underside and the top section again. I don't think it's going to hold up to just being landed in mud all the time. So I will go on and laminate it. I will also cut out a little 1.5mm plywood little insert to go in there, so I can mount the FPV camera in there as well. And it did come some other bits, and I'll look at those later today. Besides that, relatively straight to go for put together. You see I've still got the pins in the winglets, but laminating it was a bit of an arse. Oh, and also with the elevons as well, you'll notice that I've had to put some carbon fibre strip in them, is because the second we put some heat in the elevons themselves, is that they and put laminate on there, is that they did bow, and they did bow back the other way once we put some laminate on the opposite side in it. They just went straight. So put some slits down them, and then because it wasn't sticking very well together, we just got a load of clamps, little spring clamps, some plywood, and then just clamped it to the desk to hold them straight, which has worked really, really well. What else have I got on there? Yeah, I did actually write it was a bitch to lam. That was probably about one of the toughest models which I've had to lam, considering that we were only really laminating the wing itself. So it was a little bit awkward. So that was topic number one, was the hand of God. Do take a go and watch that episode. It was, like I said, completely unscripted. Had no idea what was going to be in the box at all. Genuinely did not know. And I was kind of glad that it was the Cloud Raptor, because I was very curious on that one. Now, let's move to my favourite section of these RC Coffee Chats, where we get to say good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening to you. So with that said, if you are in the live version, say howdy in the chat on the right hand side, and obviously if you're watching the recorded version, you can say howdy in the comments section underneath. And of course, if you've got any questions about what we're covering today, or what we've covered previously, let us know in the comments section. So with that said, let's scroll up and say a very good morning to Brad. We were having a chit chat about models first thing here this morning. Scrolling down, good morning, Go 2499, and good morning, Stick Mix. Now, Ruds, I know that you'll be watching this later when you get home from work, so have a fantastic day at work. Well, I hope you've had a fantastic day at work. Turbo Tyler, good morning. Scrolling down, let's keep on going. Good morning, Brian. And I'm scrolling down the list. Sorry, there was quite a bit of chat in there this morning. Good morning, Gordon, as well. Good morning, Riff. Oh, yeah, Riff. H has seen your workshop. That was kind of funny. We sat here and watched the whole episode, so that was absolutely fantastic. And thank you to Jeff for making that episode. Absolutely brilliant. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Wolfgang. Good morning, Joe. Joe, I did see that Texumo. Good girl. That was a fantastic landing. Nothing quite like seeing a Texumo in two pieces. Brilliant. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Philip. Elijah, good morning. 7Demo7 Jeff. Good morning. Erelif, I always struggle with your name. Apologies. Good morning. Good morning, James. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Richard. James. Scrolling down. Northern Greg. Good morning. Scrolling down. Sir Bruce. X-Jet's on here this morning. Good morning, Bruce. Or good afternoon. Or actually good evening for you now, isn't it? Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Lauren, as well. Scrolling down. Again, if I've missed your name, I do apologise. Good morning, Wayne. And keep on going down. Yaroslav, good morning. Hilbert, good morning. And I think I've covered everybody. Oh, Colin, good morning. Stephen, good morning. What a fantastic challenge trying to keep up with the chat here this morning. So obviously, if I've been and missed your name, I do apologise. So a very good morning, afternoon and evening to you. Now, topic number 2 is actually a serious topic, which I just want to make a point on this one, is that, like yesterday, we had a new model yesterday, and obviously I was in 12 and 1/4-year-old mode, and any new model turning up here, I'm obviously going to be excited about it, because I'm looking forward to the prospect of just smashing it around the sky. But do keep in your mind that we should always hold off final judgment on a model until we get her in the sky. And the reason for that is because we've had some absolute dogs here. And I mean, like, we'll see an absolute POS in a few moments' time. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. But always keep that in the back of your mind. Do hold off for final judgment on a model, because what they look like when they come out of the box and how they fly can be two very different things. Just think about the, I'm trying to think of the Decathlon Scout, which we'll get to in a few moments. Looks absolutely fantastic. My new record of receiving a model, building a model, and stuffing a model in a single day. New record for me personally, and turned out to be complete POS. And this Cloud Raptor does have a few quirks about it, but all may be forgiven once she's in the sky. But it could have really bad flying characteristics. I don't know. We don't know. So do hold off until we actually get a model in the sky. The Traveller plane is another prime example. I really do like that model. I love the black molded EPP. It was a very straightforward model to build. Literally, you would do it in an afternoon. There's nothing complicated in it at all. In fact, the piece which takes longest is the wiring for it. But when we first flew her, and as I'm sure many of you have seen it in the live episodes which we did on Sunday morning, is that it really did need some rudder mix in there with it, and the CG point was complete crap, and like we flew it and it was just like wallowing. Where it was so tail heavy, and that was the suggested CG for it. And then we got her down, put some more nose weight into her, got her back up again, and then we noticed that she had it just did the most peculiar thing in the sky, is that when you went to turn, it would just go in front of you, and you just couldn't second guess what the model was going to do. Some rudder mix sorted that out. Also, some which I'm going to go and program in is some differential thrust, as well, to help her around to maneuver. But it's these things which we just don't discover until we've got the model in the sky. So I did feel that it was a prudent point for us to bring up today, which is to wait till we get a model in the sky. And actually the inverse of that, and I want to make this point, okay? Yes, when we went out flying on Sunday, this little model, which is the Flying Blade one, I'll stick it up on the screen. This model is so good, I've bought a second one. It is so good. The wing cord on it is really thin. Again, remember, first impressions on this one was like, ooh, that ain't going to take a smack. And you will see how much carbon fibre I put in the model in the bottom on there. So I've put carbon fibre down the leading edges. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces going across, and the main spar on the back as well. And I put carbon fibre in the elevons as well. And I also cut a bit of nose out of a bit of foam out to make the nose section a little bit bigger as well. So I did have, like, this one turn up and I had reservations about it. But we went out and flew her on the weekend, and you will see her in the live versions which we recorded on Sunday. Literally, it just flies so straight and it's so responsive. It's absolutely beautiful. So later that day, Craig, I could see him looking at the model, and he was like, Craig, do you want me to stick a battery in it for you? And he was like, oh, no, I've just got a battery and stuff in it. Here you go, here's the transmitter and here's the model. And he absolutely gained the bollocks off it. It was brilliant. And that was all with a tiny little Emax 1806 2280 kV motor. Imagine if that's got a bigger motor on it. It's going to be an absolute rocket ship. So I wanted to bring that up as a topic because we never really know what these models are going to fly like and what they're going to be like as an overall opinion until we actually get them in the sky. And I want to make a point on that one. Absolutely love it. I was really hesitant on it because it is $40, so we'll say about 30 quid. And I can say this one really is worth 30 quid, and I've been and bought myself a second one. It is rich, just so straight in the sky, and so responsive, literally to the point. I was just, and you'll see it in the video, well, see part of it in the live episode from Sunday, is that I'm just flying it around and just trying to drag the wingtips in the grass. Well, actually in the farmer's crop, but I was trying to drag the wingtips in the crop, and I felt that confidence to be able to do that just a foot or 2 foot off the ground. Absolutely brilliant. So goodness knows what it's going to be like FPV. Goodness knows what it's going to be like with a bigger motor on the back, but absolutely love that one. But coming back to my point is that right now, the Cloud Raptor, complete unknown. So hold off until we get flying. Literally, I need to laminate. I need to put the motor mount on the back. We need to laminate up the section, put some control horns, push rods, camera in the front, battery in AEST, and jobs are good, and we'll be able to take this on out flying. But it all really does hinge on what it's like in the sky. We must always remember that one. So just having a quick look at your chat. Apologies here in the background. By the way, if you send me email, my actual assistant, which is the wife, is basically the script is go and ask in the Facebook group. So if you have a question for me, and stick it in the Facebook group, or leave it as a comment. So the same thing happens on RC groups as well. I pop an old message in there and then I get like 5 private messages or something ridiculous like that, and the standard response is just go and ask in the Facebook group. The reason why I've chosen YouTube primarily is because it's scalable. Email is not scalable, and that's why I do my best not to read a single email every single day, because they're all just little brain farts. So don't take it personally. But on the flip side, Facebook group, there are over 700 fellow pilots like me and you in that group, and they, as collective, they've got way more knowledge than myself. So I hope that helps. All right, yeah. Maybe I should go and look at how to pronounce names. Yes, sorry, I am Bostonian. I got a D in English, which is pretty much a fail, to be honest. I actually got a C in English literature. But anyway, I'm not very good with pronouncing stuff, so I do apologise if I've completely mullied your name. Don't take it personally. It's just because I'm shit at it. So Colin says on there, Colin says, Matt, I'm having a bit of trouble hand launching myself. Do you have any tips? How do you feel about Bungee Systems? Now, I've seen a great question there, Colin. I've seen other people use Bungee Systems, and they're pretty much flawless. You know, you just pull it back, let it go. If you look back to one of the video logs, Craig's just got a bungee, which is a spike and a long elastic band, and he uses that for his radjet, whereas personally I'll just lob it and catch it on the sticks. Bungees could be an option for you, Colin, in short, and you won't know until you go and try it. So what I'm actually going to suggest for you, Colin, if it is becoming a bit of a concern for you, try the bungee. Okay, and the biggest tip with the bungee is pull it back, let it go and let it get the airspeed underneath the model for you, and then apply throttle. Don't ram on the throttle as you're letting go, because you might have your hands at the back, and also it might squirrel on you as well. So get some airspeed up, okay? Personally, and again, Colin, I don't know what type of model you're launching. Let's assume that it's a flying wing. Now, I am right-handed, and it's probably, and I also fly mode 2 as well. Now, personally, what I do is grab it right out, like with a wing, I grab it right out here on the wingtip, and I try and fly it. It's like kind of like an awkward move. I'm always trying to keep the nose flying straight. So I'm not flying it like lobbing it round that way, and I'm not lobbing it off that way. Is that I'm trying to get that nose out directly in front of me and to launch it kind of like flat, maybe a little bit of up. Well, this model specifically, the models like Tech Sumos and Wing Wings, you need to give like a good 30-40% up on them. And a damn good chunk of welly for it. But what works for me really well is grab it via the wingtip and try and get that nose, which is a bit of an awkward maneuver like that, But we always try and get the nose out straight to point directly out in front of us and a little bit of up and plenty of throttle. So Colin, don't feel bad if you stuff a model or two in on a launch. I'm sure if you look through back in my older videos, I've had like so many bad launches. It just takes experience, okay? And then remember, that's the only difference between me and you and the most the best RC pilots in the world, and it's the crucial word is experience. And I can categorically tell you the most experienced pilots out there have had more unscheduled landings than they're probably going to admit to you, okay? And I can tell you point blank, I have had loads. I have had so many failed launches. I've stuffed models everywhere. It's just part of the hobby. So what I would suggest for you, Colin, choose a slightly more robust model, a model which can take a smack in the ground, and just keep practicing with it. So if you do get it in the air, take it round, enjoy it for a moment or two, bring it back down, land it, and then launch it again. So it all just takes practice. So Colin, I hope that helps. So scrolling down, just hit it. Yeah, absolutely. Give it a damn good wallop up there. The point of the launch is to get airspeed underneath the wings. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. That's why bungees work. It's because you're giving it a damn good wallop into the sky. I've never had an unscheduled landing. What's he talking about? Bruce, let's be brutally honest, between the pair of us, or between all of us here, we've had a lot of unscheduled landing. It's just a fact of the hobby, is that even it's going to happen, you know, and if it does happen, laugh it off, get your phone out of your pocket, take a photo, share it in the Facebook group. You know, it's that. Obviously, we spent a lot of time, effort, and money in a model. It's going to be sad at the time, but we all do it. And we'll be getting on to your landings from the foam party weekend in just a moment. Yes, we don't use the C word here at all. It's just like the other word, commitment. Anyway, let's move on to the last topic for today, which is the foam fun from the weekend. So, number one, is that we have a POS in progress, which was the Kev's Shite Hawk Airlines. Now, those of you which don't know the story behind this is the Decathlon Scouts. There has been many of an unscheduled landing of these models so far, including myself as well. Absolute terrible little models. Literally, you'll get some airspeed on it and it'll fly off, and the second you go to turn, it banks, tipstalls straight in the ground. And I'm not the only one which has suffered from that. I know Lauren has had the same issue. Kev bought the same model at the same time. I think it was about 40 quid in a Hobby King sale. It looks an absolute gorgeous model, and it was very pretty, very cute, all the like bits in the right places, but absolutely terrible in the sky. So Kev's got a special video for his build overview for his Shite Hawk Airlines version of the Decathlon Scouts. Personally speaking, I don't think it's going to last very long, and I'm sure Kev will keep us updated with the progress on his build and maiden process. On his process. Let's have a quick look. See, Kev still likes you, absolutely. Yeah, Bruce, I did see your comments on the video about the paying per flight. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Lee, good question. How did the POS box build go? It still sat over there in the corner, to be brutally honest. All the pieces are there, just never got round to gluing it up. So maybe we should get that sorted this week. So Lee, do keep me accountable for that one. It just never got round to it. It's literally all just sat there in the corner. In fact, I really need to get in that corner and tidy the mess up, because all the foam and stuff is still there from like 2 months ago. Terrible little thing. Let's have a quick look. I'll pass on the metal gloves and keep breaking props. Cool beans. Oh, looks like someone's been a naughty boy. Anyway, moving on to your fun. Now, this is the serious question. Has the model really landed if it's in the tree? Now, this is Lee, and let's get this up on the screen. Now, I'm just going to hit play here. I don't know how loud the audio is. Let's have a quick look. Keep on going. Keep on going. Oh, look. There she is. She's in the tree. And those trees are absolute nightmares to climb. I know I've been up a few in my time. Absolute nightmare. Lee, I hope you got it back down again. That was very, very bemusing. Also, let's take a look at some of the photographs which you posted in the Facebook group over the weekend. Actually, let's just start with this one. That is Mark. He's went a little bit weak at the knees, I think. Yeah, could have been red. Looks absolutely fantastic. Now, is that an Edge? Is it Edge 300? It's not an Edge 540. They do an Edge 300, which is slightly back further. Again, I'm not that up on my models, but it does look bloody fast. And just look at the spinner on that one. Anyway, let's move on to some of your unscheduled landings. Oh, actually, while we're here, there is a new motor available for the Texumo Flying Wing. You will need three-phase electronics to get her in the sky, but apparently it might work, and you might need the CG about 20 foot in front of the model, but it does look pretty good. Let's have a quick look at what else we've got in here as well. There was a fantastic photo from the sky. Let's have a quick look. Richards. My Alula clone broke half off the nose. I bet that model was actually really good fun. It's got slightly forward swept wings on it. Kind of resembles the Weasel. Richard, I bet that model was absolutely brilliant fun. And it looks like it's only going to be a bit of tape to get that one back together. Scrolling down, where is it? Oh, there's Joe's wing as well. So Joe landed. Good girl. Well done. I see you've had a cracking time with your Texumo. So I believe Joe's gone on to get herself one of the Reptile S800 Sky Shadow wings. What else have you got in here? Oh, Lauren did accidentally put the EF Extra into a post or a pole. So we are like, what are we missing here? We got the the wings are off for number one, so that's never a good sign. And the right part of the elevator is also coming off, so hopefully that just clips back on. Yeah, thank goodness they sell spares, including the stickers as well. But apparently I haven't checked yet this morning, but when I checked yesterday, there are still no 7x6.5 props available on Hobby King, which is a bit of sad times. It appears that we do have a little bit of re-engineering of foam from Brian as well. That looks like, I'm guessing that's going to be like a flight test model. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it looks like it's a foam build, which got on there slight early greeting with the ground. We did have Sean's landing yesterday in... Oh, you can't see that one. Let me get that back up on the screen. That was Sean's landing yesterday, which we looked in yesterday's video. He managed to land it in the tyre. We looked at Sean's video yesterday. Absolutely hilarious. There is another model just resting in a tree. So this is Austin's landing from the weekend. Good lad. Now, that does raise the question, is it really landed if you've landed it in a tree? I don't know. Maybe we should have done a vote on that one. I'm not entirely sure. So just trying to keep half an eye on the chat. I'm not the only one with a tree landing this weekend. Absolutely. Like literally, if you saw the live version from the weekend, Will It Fly? Is that we saw the Tree of Doom, and honestly, that tree is just an absolute magnet for models. I've been in it several times, right, okay, so I tell you what, it is time for us to wrap up. Also, actually, just a quick look, Roddy's, that was the new J3 Piper Cub, which had a new paint scheme. Unfortunately, Roddy did also find out the landing gear is utter shite on it. I've got the green Grasshopper version here, which is basically the same model, with just green rather than the new paint scheme on it. Landing gear absolutely horrifically crap, yeah, I don't know what more can be said about it, to be honest. Flies okay, just landings are just a big issue because the landing gear just goes cling and breaks off. It's the little clip, It's the two little flat pieces which join up where you screw into the bottom of the model. They just give out. And Roddy actually did stick a set of Tundra landing gear on his, I believe, which did help, but looks like Roddy's had a slight unscheduled landing. And that's the thing. Just laugh it off, get your phone out, take a photograph of it. It's not the end of the world, and as long as nobody gets hurt, it's all good fun. Take a photo, stick it in the Facebook group, laugh it off, in short. So with that said, it's time for us to wrap up. So to quickly recap today's RC Coffee Chat, we had the hand of God in live in an episode, and that was the Cloud Raptor unboxing. She's here. No idea what it's going to fly like. Genuinely no idea. Hopefully it'll be fine. Everything looks good. I've glued the wings on in the same places. It's going to be curious to see what she flies like and how robust this model is. So do wait to see what this one turns out to be like. And that was also topic number 2, which was weight, in short. Wait to see how the actual model flies, because it might be a complete POS. It might be so good, I want to bought myself another one. We just don't know until we get it in the sky. And sometimes with awkward builds, all is forgiven the second we get it in the sky. And again, I'm going back to reference that one. I was like, oh, it needs some more carbon in it. So I stuck a load of carbon in it and made a little bit of extra foam for the nose. And as you can see by the crinkles in the nose, it has had a nose punt in the ground and it did survive. And I'm pretty sure that's because I put the carbon rods all the way up into the nose and crossed them over at the very end, and that was able to distribute some of the shock from the unscheduled landing. But that model was so good, literally I've been and bought myself another one. It was really, really good, and you know how many models which I buy seconds of is very rare, so I do really like that one. And then some of the other ones, like I've put the F22 up on the top shelf there because I just don't know what I'm going to do with that model. Looks great in the sky, not loud, but it just absolutely chews the batteries. Who was correcting me yesterday? RC Airlines or RC Air was correcting me yesterday. Yeah, the only thing which I can think of for that model right now is putting 2 of the 1300 mAh batteries in parallel, not series. So we still keep it as 3S, but we have more current available to it. Rather than making a 6S battery. Yeah, you wouldn't believe I've got H&D in electrical and electronic communications engineering at times. So I don't know what to do about that model at the moment. It's a bit 50-50. I might use it as a trading piece, maybe swap for something else for somebody who is going to go on and enjoy the model more than what I am, because 3-minute flight times is not amazing. We had like 12 minutes plus with that one for the same battery. So very curious. Hand of God fixed it. Absolutely. And the last one was, we had a look at some of your landings from the weekend, and that does raise the question, if it's landed in the tree, is it really landed? Who knows? So with that said, thank you ever so much for joining me for today's RC Coffee Chat. Those of you which have been and made it on live, and you can see the chat going on above my head, thank you ever so much. And obviously, if you're watching the recorded version, any questions or comments about what we've been and covered today, you can let me know in the comments section underneath this video. And of course, we did go off on a slightly different topic with Colin's question about the launches. And to be honest, Colin, just keep trying. Just choose a slightly robuster model and just keep trying. You will get it right. There is a little bit of a knack to it, but it just practice makes perfect. So just keep trying. Don't get disheartened if you stuff a model or have a couple of duff launches. I get them. Again, the live version, which we did, I'm going back to the live version from Sunday, is that you will see that I had a couple of crappy launches. It happens. You're just like, oh well, you want to cross, go and get it, bring it back, shake the water off it, and then lob it again. Just laugh it off, you know. And on that note, if you have enjoyed today's RC Coffee Chat, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button underneath this video. And like I said, any questions or comments about what we've been covered here today, let me know in the comments section underneath this episode. And of course, 2 shameless plugs. Number 1 is the Faceables group, the Facebook group. There's a link to that in the video description. Literally, how many cool pilots have we got in here at the moment? can't see. There are over 750 cool pilots like me and you, and there's a link to that in the video description. Just hit the join button on the right hand side, and one of us will pick up your request later this morning. And if it is your first time here, welcome aboard. I'm Matt. It's kind of crazy like this every morning, and if you've not already subscribed, underneath this video where it says Matthew Ogborn, I'm Matt by the way, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get notified of the next episode, hit the little bell icon and YouTube will let you know. So with that said, it's time for us to go. If you are out flying today, have a fantastic day's flying, even if it's just a little sneaky battery out the front, or maybe it's across to the flying field and you're on the flight line. Happy days. Just enjoy it. So on that note, from myself, Matt, thank you very much for joining me here this morning, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Cheerios. Bye-byes.